in my calendar, I tell myself I'm going to pay intention for what I have planned, don't have planned in my sleep. So we got to do this again. It's so nice to see you. I appreciate you so much for your wisdom. Thank you.
And look what I'm reading today.
Oh, there we go. Now we're you never know. See, I tell everyone, lower the bar. It's an easy way to create a habit.
There you go. Hey, this is flattering. Thank you for having me here with you.
You're amazing. From Viktor Frankl to David Meltzer's book. Wow, I'm in trouble. Thank you so much, Dr. Joe Vitale. Hey, thank you, everybody. Bring on Mike Diamond, if you would, Justin, if he's still. Oh, yeah.
What's up?
See, from Viktor Frankl to Viktor Frankl to my book, right? The man's meaning of life to my game time decision. Now, from Dr. Joe to Mike Diamond, we're all over this. So, my idea, and I'm going live with you now. So, my idea is to take Tuesdays and make it the dose, David and Diamond. What are we going to name this show that we're going to do every Tuesday?
Well, it's got to be David, then Diamond, because that's a spin-off of Diamond Dave. And my last name is Diamond, and your first name is David. So it's the dose, the Tuesday dose, whatever you want, from David and Diamond.
I love it. And we're going to bring on the same guest, except for I think, to have some other insight and other perspective. And it would have been fun to have you with Josh and Dr. Joe. But every week we're going to have more people and more fun kind of playing off of each other. Giving you and I share so much in common, but two different perspectives. We can explain things differently. I really want to have help. And, we got some good companies that are going to help with Elevate and Dose. We're going to dose up your life with happiness. That's what this Tuesdays are going to be, happy days. No Ron Howard, you could be the Fonz.
Well, you know what you said, which was so perfect, because I was watching the whole interview. It's like, I love what Joe said, because he said he's going through a divorce, right? And but he's hardcore. Like, I was going through an intervention today. I've been doing my interventions like this, getting people into rehab.
Yeah.
If I didn't have a wife and kid, I would just go into the belly of the beast, put on a mask. But I've got to protect my family, which you are brilliant. Like we prioritize correctly. So, but I've still got to be of service, and I'm Skyping and Zooming with people and convincing them that they're making disempowering choices and giving them a dose and slowing them down and saying, look, right now, the path you're on is disempowering, and I know where it ends because I've been there, but I got off that train. So when you said some beautiful things, which is, no, this is the time to come inside. This is the time to do stuff like this. This is the time to connect. We know where everyone is.
Yeah.
So
it's
get
time to heal.
inside, exactly, and we can help them that way. And it's like, my business hasn't changed. I've still got to do interventions over the phone like this.
Yeah, and healing the universe. I mean, the environment is healing faster than the human beings are. I'll tell you that. Hey, let's bring one of these questions on. I want to try out the format. Justin, want to bring someone in with us and see who has a question? Oh yeah. What's going on? Look at this metaphysical Marc. This could not be a worse threesome. This is gonna be
this is good. I love this.
This is perfect. And like I said, thank you for bringing it on. And this is really big for the community, the whole collective, to just hear different sides of everything that's going on right now.
Yeah, right on.
It's really important for it.
Thank you. You got a question? You got a question for me and the Diamond over here?
Yeah, definitely. Since you guys are such big business gurus and entrepreneurs that I look up to, what are some spiritual practices besides meditation that you guys use, in like spiritual books or anything of that sort?
I'll go first, and then I'll let Diamond hit it. So, one of the things, first of all, rules of spirituality in business is, one, you've got to look at the risk of doing it. Right? It's just like an investment. So if somebody like in the Aztec days tell you, hey, in order to achieve great wealth and happiness and enlightenment, you got to cut off your head, but your family is going to be wealthy and happy the rest of your life. That's a lot of risk for me for it not to work out. I considered if I was a guarantee, but it's a lot of risk. So for what I do is I, number one, look at the risk, and then I try a bunch of stuff with low risk to see if it works for me. So I trace calligraphies. Every day I have an abundant calligraphy and a family and health calligraphy, and I trace it with 5 fingers. It's free for me to do, very little risk. It takes, at most about 5 minutes. Another risk is your time. And it worked for me. Every day it works. It's supposed to have a karmic download for me. I also wear my bracelets for energetic reasons. So,
Got
you
you,
know,
got
only
you.
risk is that, you know, my girls make fun of me. That's the only risk I've had so far. Or if it doesn't match my outfit, that might be funny. But so for me, the two things that I do that are more spiritual, that, beyond meditation, is I trace calligraphies and I wear my blessing beads.
Got you, got you. How
Okay,
about you, Mike?
I go for purpose first. I always go for the why. Because like we said before, inspiration is 1%, 99% is perspiration. So the why, to me, the purpose. Simon Sinek has a great book, about why, but Nietzsche was talking about why. So I sit in the why and I ask the purpose why before I go to the what and the how, and then I do always surround myself. I got to do plan, priorities, people. The people are going to be the most important. Like me and Dave will collaborate on multiple things because I can go to him and he's an engine. You want to be around engines. An engine is a driver. You don't want to be around anchors. They will sink you. And start small, have the macro goal, and then break it down into the micro process. And always be going out, like Dave says, and really looking at that micro process and chipping away at it slowly. You know what I mean? I don't believe there's a plan B. My plan is to succeed no matter what when I left Australia and when I got sober, and succeed and do the work no matter how I feel. Do you know what I mean? And just keep going forward, but keep adjusting the plan. You know what I mean? And then going to people and reworking the plan and going to people and reworking it and getting advice. You know what I mean? And then that way you remove the fear, because remember, fear can keep you immobilized and stuck. If you get moving and you move forward, guess what? You're not afraid anymore. You keep that momentum going.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Especially with the field that I'm in, I'm a practicing metaphysician as well. So I'm also a spiritual life coach, and I've been just incorporating more things that I've learned as I trial and error, trial and error, trial and error, and just finding out new ways to implement it with everything that's going on. And as we evolve as a collective, it's starting to be more prominent in people's everyday life. So it's bringing more of a access to people like myself in the field of metaphysics and life coaching and the spiritual aspects of life. People are becoming more open to it and understanding. So that's definitely been a huge part that I've been trying to work on.
That's
Awesome.
thinking your metaphysical life coaching. I've been looking at Marc and Marc and Mike. I'm looking at what I call the physical continuum is what I believe in. Like I'm from quantum to metaphysics to conscious, subconscious, and unconscious, all of, like this continuum of physics. And it's really interesting because they blend. My decisions, my actions are all blending. And when I get caught up into one aspect of metaphysics or quantum physics, all the other types of things in the universe, the technologies of the universe, are all contributing to metaphysics. They all contribute. So, for example, if I'm trying to create a habit like getting sober, which Mike, he saves lives, and because he saved his own life and he's teaching others how he did it. Well, if you look, some people like me, I have a quantum nature. I literally could almost never be an alcoholic, right? Because it's not quantum in my DNA, but I could make it habitual and I could activate it and make it more and more difficult with alcohol problems and other things. And if I did have a problem with alcohol, I could quit within 21 days and create a new habit, which is the minimum amount of time. But if 6 generations of Meltzers were alcoholics, it may be almost impossible this lifetime, almost impossible to create a habit of not drinking or not wanting to drink. That's why, I don't like when people say, well, you're an alcoholic for life. No, you're not. It depends on your quantum nature of
I agree 100%.
what it is. And so, as your metaphysical Marc, just make sure you're teaching people that there's a blend of all of these different aspects of the physical realm of the technologies of the universe, as metaphysics is its own individual working. I think everything blends and relates. And the more we teach people to say, give it a different look, a different angle. That's why I'm starting this Tuesday night, show, this office hours with the diamond over here, because already this is the first time I've done it. I see, so much more depth in what we're teaching together. and it brings out my ideas. It gives me a little while just to think while we're helping people. So hopefully it was helpful for you, Marc, to come on as our first guinea pig.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I appreciate it and I enjoy it. And like I said, this is huge for me because I do look up to, you, and this is my first time being introduced to Mike, and I'll be hopping on your stuff as well. So blessings, and like you said, I try to incorporate just as much of everything into my practices. So thank you. I really appreciate it.
Awesome, man. Thanks, Marc. Keep in touch. Oh, Friday trainings show up. Free, they're free. 11
Okay,
a.m.
got you. Yes, sir.
All right, cool. Thank you.